Hi, I'm Ken Lanci. I'm here today to record a short video about the second edition of my book, Working for the Greater Good of All, Really. The purpose of writing the book was to explain to people who I am and what I'm about. I ran for public office twice, once for county executive of Cuyahoga County, Ohio, and the second time I ran for the mayor of the city of Cleveland. In both cases, I funded my own campaign, and in both cases, I lost. The purpose of me running for public office on two occasions over the last 6 years was because I died of a massive cardiac arrest and was brought back to life by the grace of God and all of the good people at Hillcrest Medical Hospital. One would think that having somebody who is willing to work for the greater good of all and spend their own money campaigning, which was nearly $3 million of my own money, that would be a good choice. However, I was up against the system. I was up against a system that didn't want me there. So as a result, I've learned how the system works and how it doesn't work for us. Politics is only about politics. Doesn't matter what party you're in, it is politics. I find it no different when I went to China and ultimately they print what they want you to know. Our politicians have to take money and then return favors without working for the greater good of all. Oh, they're going to tell you that that's not true. You know, they do this, they do that. My simple question is, how did we get in the mess we're in? How is it that our schools are second rate, third rate? How is it safety on our inner cities is unbelievably dangerous? How is it this country has become second rate in the world? In my opinion, the only way to break the cycle of poverty is to vote for Donald Trump in this fall's presidential election. America, you must understand that this is not a Democratic or Republican vote. It is a vote to break the chains of poverty and save America. The time to stand up for America and make it great again is now. You can either vote for Hillary Clinton, who is part of the past 30 years that got us where we're at, regardless of what she says, or you could vote for Donald Trump, who has proven to be extremely successful, extremely intelligent, and extremely capable. I appeal to all my brothers and sisters of faith to take a stand against our corrupt political system. I beg you not to listen to the media and the constant barrage of negative information that they want you to hear about Donald Trump. For the most part, they are bought and paid for. For all the Latinos that came to America legally and became U.S. citizens, you should be outraged by the illegals who have no desire to learn the English language and will never have the chance to live the American dream. To all women that have children and grandchildren, if Trump is not elected, they will live in a world where Christian values disappear and where ISIS will continue to kill all people who do not agree with their ideals. Understand that this will be the last time, the last opportunity to stop the genocide inflicted by these barbarian Muslim extremists. All Muslims are not tied to ISIS, but all ISIS members are radical Muslims. I would hope that all American Muslims can come together to work for a solution to present to the government of the United States of America that you feel can keep us all safe. Voting for Donald Trump is a vote for the future, a future that gets to be charted for America the way it has been in the past, with the values of the past. For the first time in our country's history, we have the opportunity to put into the White House a strong, capable, proven leader that this country has never seen before. You constantly hear about equal rights for women and who is doing more than the other for equal rights. Well, let me give you one little fact. Donald Trump survived 16 other candidates. And yes, he was rough on them. As a matter of fact, in a way that we've never seen before. So when he says things about Hillary, who is a woman, do you expect him to treat her any different? You're asking for equal rights. He treated 16 people equally, and now it's her turn. So you can't have it both ways. You want to be equal? You get into politics? Well, he's going to give her a dose of equal. This country was formed on Christian values. In God we trust is printed on all our currency. God is mentioned in official oaths of office, and I could go on and on and on to prove the intent of our founders. He doesn't have to understand foreign policy chapter and verse, but I can guarantee you he will have the best advisors on foreign policy before making any decisions. He may speak with a candor that's not generally seen in politics, but he is an entertainer as well. He could never have become as successful as he has if he wasn't very good at what he does. What I know about successful people is more than anything, they hate to fail. I'm willing to bet that in 1 year after Trump is elected as President of the United States, America will be better off than it is today. This is not bravado, this is fact, and it's based on not being beholden to anyone the way all of our traditional politicians have been in the past. Politicians will make promises that most never keep. They have become self-serving in search of money to keep their employment. The business world could not survive one day if it were run the way the government is. It's time for America to wake up and take advantage of what I believe is a gift to put someone in the White House that will tell Americans the truth about where we stand. It will be refreshing to have a president that understands that ISIS is a group of Muslim terrorists. In my opinion, by not identifying them as terrorists, you cast aspersions on all Muslims. If I were Muslim, I would be more offended by those that refuse to differentiate between a Muslim and a Muslim terrorist. I believe it's time for them to come together for the greater good of all and work toward a solution with a new leader, Trump. If you think that what I'm saying is not true, logical, or practical, do some research, because I can tell you that the difference between this campaign and all others has been that there were 17 candidates that started out in the Republican Party. Donald Trump is a survivor. He believes in America like no one else that is willing to stand up with his knowledge, with his education, and with his money. Many business people will complain about him. Other senators and congressmen will complain about him. That's all self-serving complaints, because they all know Donald Trump entering the White House is the end of the game that they've played for more than 50 years. It is time. You deserve better. And with Donald Trump, it will get better. God bless and help us all. Thank you.